closely at the screen. You are looking at a deeply hidden $50 billion global empire. It does not trade in oil, tech, or precious metals, but something else entirely. This massive market controls a highly lucrative commodity that is literally growing right now. It is the secret, fiercely guarded world of the global human hair trade. Every single day, millions of dollars change hands in shadowy, unregulated international markets. And the luxury extensions you see on celebrities hide a surprisingly dark origin. To truly understand this industry, we have to trace the journey of black gold. The global demand for wigs, weaves, and extensions has absolutely skyrocketed in recent years. Consumers in America and Europe pay thousands of dollars for premium, natural human hair. But the glossy packaging in high-end salons rarely tells you the actual, true story. Labels boasting of ethically sourced Brazilian or Peruvian hair are often a complete lie. The reality is far more complex, stretching across remote villages and massive industrial factories. The absolute gold standard for the global hair trade originates directly in southern India. Here, extreme religious devotion fuels a multi-million-dollar auction system that completely defies traditional logic. Millions of dedicated pilgrims travel to temples, like the famous Venkateswara Temple in Tirumala. As an act of deep spiritual sacrifice, they choose to shave their heads completely bare. Men, women, and young children offer their hair to the deity with purely spiritual intentions. But the powerful temple authorities do not simply throw this sacred religious offering away. Instead, they quietly gather mountains of human hair and sell it to the highest bidder. Massive online auctions generate tens of millions of dollars for these religious institutions annually. The devoted pilgrims, who are mostly impoverished, never see a single penny of these profits. This specific temple hair is highly prized worldwide because it is virgin and completely untreated. The hair cuticles are fully aligned, making it the highest quality and most expensive hair. But temple hair alone cannot possibly satisfy the explosive, insatiable global demand for cosmetic extensions. So the beauty industry relies heavily on a much darker and deeply exploitative secondary market. Across Asia and Eastern Europe, aggressive hair brokers constantly prowl through desperate, impoverished rural neighborhoods. They actively target vulnerable women, offering them quick cash in exchange for their long locks. For a few meager dollars, a desperate woman might surrender years of natural, healthy growth. Even worse is the incredibly booming international trade in what the industry bluntly calls comb waste. In remote rural villages, women meticulously collect fallen hair from their daily routine brushing habits. They roll these loose strands into small, tight balls and trade them to traveling street peddlers. These peddlers cruelly exchange the loose hair for cheap plastic toys or basic household cooking goods. This fallen comb waste is a tangled, chaotic mess, frequently mixed with dirt and street debris. It is the lowest quality raw material available, yet it forms the absolute backbone of the industry. Transporting this highly lucrative raw black gold across international borders frequently creates massive illegal smuggling operations. Dangerous criminal syndicates routinely bribe border guards to seamlessly move tons of undocumented hair across Asia. Millions of pounds of untracked raw hair are systematically smuggled out of both India and Myanmar. The ultimate final destination for nearly all of this raw, harvested material is always mainland China. China essentially operates the undisputed processing engine of the entire $50 billion global hair supply chain. Entire sprawling industrial cities are dedicated solely to transforming this raw hair into expensive luxury goods. Inside these massive factories, the everyday reality of mass hair processing is incredibly toxic and deeply hazardous. Factory workers endure harsh, dangerous chemicals to completely strip the natural dark pigment from the raw strands. The incredibly tangled comb waste is violently dragged through massive beds of terrifyingly sharp, industrial metal needles. Because the microscopic cuticles of comb waste naturally face different directions, the hair will inevitably aggressively mat. To bypass this flaw, factories literally bathe the hair in highly corrosive acid to permanently destroy cuticles. Once the natural protective layer is completely burned away, the hair suddenly becomes completely weak and brittle. So they artificially coat the damaged strands in a thick layer of cheap industrial silicone to fake health. This chemical silicone creates a temporary, brilliant shine that successfully and completely fools the unsuspecting end consumer. But after just a few basic washes, the silicone inevitably strips away, leaving a permanently ruined, tangled mess. This deliberate, built-in obsolescence practically guarantees that desperate consumers will eagerly keep coming back to buy much more. The processing factories then carefully package this chemically destroyed comb waste with highly deceptive, glamorous luxury branding. They boldly label it as pristine European or premium Remy hair to completely justify massive retail markups. The entire $50 billion beauty market relies almost entirely on executing this vast global web of deception. It transforms a pure act of religious sacrifice or deep desperate poverty into a product of sheer vanity. The wealthy woman paying thousands in a Los Angeles salon is unknowingly wearing a distant stranger's quiet struggles. The deeply complex supply chain is deliberately obscured to fiercely protect the massive, untouchable profit margins firmly involved. International regulators conveniently turn a blind eye, and everyday consumers remain blissfully ignorant of the very harsh truth. This invisible shadow economy aggressively thrives simply because nobody really wants to ask where the luxury hair originates. As long as the relentless cultural demand for perfect, instant beauty continues to steadily climb higher worldwide, the highly secret global market for human hair will easily remain one of the most profitable, hidden empires. It remains a precious commodity, routinely harvested from the poor, to be endlessly commodified for the incredibly rich.